What if your life was a canvas and today, not tomorrow, not next month, not when things are less crazy, but right now, you were given a brush and absolute creative freedom to begin again? What if the tale you've been telling yourself about being too late, too broken, too stuck wasn't true at all, but merely an old screenplay you've outgrown? Every one of us, no matter our age, upbringing, or circumstances, has the potential to push reset. And that doesn't mean tossing everything away. It involves honoring where we've been while deciding to move forward with intention. This is not about fast cures or surface level inspiration. This is about starting from within, about recognizing the patterns, the beliefs, and the anxieties that no longer belong to you, and boldly rewriting your story from the inside out. In this video, Repaint Your Life Step by Step to a Fresh Start. We're going to break it down, not in theory, but in practice. This is a guide for anyone who has ever felt the whisper, there must be more than this. And the truth is, there is. Let's take the first step into a more honest, more colorful, more you type of existence. Step number 1, acknowledge the mess before the masterpiece. Before any true transformation can happen, we have to stop and face the canvas of our current life precisely as it is: messy, flawed, and maybe even a bit unpleasant. This is the portion most people skip because it's hard to admit that something's not working. It's easier to distract ourselves with business or blaming or surface level adjustments than to sit quietly with the truth. But the truth is where freedom begins. And the reality is, you may have outgrown portions of your life, relationships that feel one-sided, habits that drain your energy, routines that feel more like survival than thriving. Maybe you've been chasing a kind of success that doesn't genuinely seem significant anymore. Maybe you've been performing, pleasing, pretending. Acknowledging all of this isn't failure, it's insight. And clarity is power. So take the time to reflect deeply. Journal your ideas. Speak them out loud. Ask yourself, where am I shrinking? Where am I self-abandoning only to keep the peace? This is not about self-judgment. This is extreme honesty, and it's the first true step toward change. No masterpiece ever begins without first embracing the chaos of what is. And it's in that encounter that transformation truly begins. Step number 2, clear the space. Once you've faced your current reality, it's time to make place, and that takes letting go. Not simply cleaning out your closet or tidying up your schedule, but cleansing your life at a soul level. Ask yourself, what do I continue to carry that no longer belongs to me? Maybe it's obsolete dreams, shame that's not yours, expectations that were never yours to begin with. Maybe it's a version of yourself you've long outgrown, but you keep playing the role because it's familiar or because you fear who you'll be without it. Letting go is one of the most brave actions of self-trust. It can involve ending a relationship that feels safe yet stifling. It can mean leaving a career that pays the money but costs your spirit. It can even involve saying goodbye to the comfort of a narrative that says, "This is just who I am." Because if you want something new, you can't keep holding to the old. You need space, mental space, emotional space, creative space, to breathe, to feel, to imagine. Clearing isn't a one-time action, it's a mindset. It's a continuous practice of choosing tranquility over pressure, growth over stagnation, and honesty over approval. The emptiness you fear isn't a loss. It's the fertile ground where new life can begin. Step number 3, choose your palette. Now that you've cleared the space, you get to ask one of the most freeing questions. What do I want my life to feel like? Not just look like, feel like. Because too often, we chase the image, the title, the house, the followers, the numbers. And yet, even when we receive those things, we still feel numb, nervous, unfulfilled. Why? Because fulfillment isn't built on image, it's built on emotional resonance. So when you create your goals, pause and ask, how do I want to experience my life? Do you want stillness, passion, adventure, wholeness, then create your palette around those fundamental feelings. Your emotional compass becomes your creative palette, and from it, you begin to construct a life that matches the texture of your spirit. If you crave more serenity, maybe it means saying no more often, slowing your mornings, strolling without your phone. If you seek joy, maybe it's time to reconnect with art, music, movement, or friends that make you laugh till your sides hurt. This is the phase of the process that's commonly skipped in goal-setting culture. But without emotional clarity, you'll design a life that checks boxes and still feels empty. So dare to feel, dare to pick, dare to construct a life that genuinely corresponds with your truth, not someone else's definition of success. Step number 4, lay down the first stroke. Here's when the transformation begins to go from thought to form. The first stroke. This is where many people freeze, since they believe they need a completely fleshed out plan, flawless surroundings, and entire confidence to begin. But here's the truth. The first step is usually always messy, embarrassing, and unsure. And that's exactly what makes it powerful. The act of beginning, even with shaking hands, even without knowing the ending, is an act of defiance against lethargy. It's a declaration that says, I am no longer waiting to live. The initial stroke could be tiny, sending an email, walking into a class, setting a boundary, booking a trip, opening a blank document. It could feel tiny, but the energy behind it is immense. Because in that moment, you stop being a passive participant in your life and become a conscious creator. You begin to shift your identity from someone who wants to change to someone who takes action. And that identity shift, that's where momentum starts to grow. So don't care about how it appears. Don't wait to feel ready. Readiness is a fallacy. Just take the brush in your hand and move. One bold, honest stroke at a time. Step number 5, keep painting through the messy middle. The middle is where transformation gets genuine. It's where the excitement of beginning fades and the real labor begins. This is where doubt comes in, old habits return, and the distance between where you are and where you want to go feels overwhelming. You'll be tempted to leave not because you're weak, but because progress demands discarding old layers. And shedding is painful. You can look at your new habit and ask why it's not working faster. You could miss the comfort of the previous life, even if it made you miserable. This stage isn't nice, but it's precious. It's where you become resilient. It's where discipline is established, character is shaped, and true self-belief is born. The messy middle is a rite of passage, and if you can withstand it, not flawlessly but consistently, you will emerge on the other side with a life that feels earned. Keep showing up. Keep writing. Keep walking. Keep dreaming. Your efforts are not unseen. You're not beginning anew. You're constructing something slowly, silently, deeply. The masterpiece isn't finished, but it's forming. Trust that. Trust yourself. Step number 6, step back and admire. And then, almost gently, you'll sense a shift. You'll wake up and realize that your life feels changed. Not in big, spectacular ways, but in quiet, soul-level ways. You breathe more deeply. You laugh more freely. You no longer tolerate what formerly depleted you. You recognize yourself, not as the person who had it all figured out, but as the person who chose courage over comfort. This is the moment to halt, to honor the trip, to look at the life you're making and say, I did this. I chose this. And even if you're not done, even if you're still healing or dreaming or rebuilding, acknowledge that you are already living in the transition. This is your new normal and it's worth celebrating. Take time to reflect. Look at how far you've come, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, and tell yourself the canvas is never truly finished. That's the beauty of life. There will always be more layers, more seasons, more strokes. And that doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're living. Keep painting. You don't have to be the person you were yesterday. You're not confined by your history, you are a creator, and your life is your canvas. Every choice, every belief, every brave little step is a stroke of color. So don't wait for someone else to give you permission. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. Don't wait for a sign from the skies. This is your sign. Pick up the brush, step into the unknown, and paint something strong, something honest, something totally yours. Your life doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. If this message impacted you, take a moment to like, comment, and share it with someone who's ready for their own fresh start. And if you haven't yet, press that subscribe button, because this is just the beginning. The masterpiece of your life is still blossoming, and I can't wait to watch what you produce next.